Hi everyone, and welcome back to Simply Neutral. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I organize all my art supplies. If you're new to my channel, I have been a minimalist for the past 7 years, and throughout those 7 years, I have decluttered a lot of my old art supplies. So all of my current art supplies are right behind me on this 4-tier cart. I will bring it out and show you. So for years, I've had all my art supplies tucked away in my desk drawers, but now I feel like I wanted to have it all out in the open. So let's bring out the cart, shall we? Alright, so here is my 4-tier cart. So for the first tier, this is where I store all of my sketchbooks. So I'm not going to show you what's inside, but I do have a few sketchbook tours that I've had from the past, so I'll link them all down below for you. But some of the sketchbooks that I currently use are the Strathmore Mixed Media Art Journal. I have some Leiston, I don't know if I pronounced that right, 1917 sketchbooks. I also have some Stillman and Byrne in the Beta and Zeta series. I also have the Handbook Travelogue sketchbook. I have a Moleskine. I have some, I think there's some Muji ones here. And yeah, that's about it. And right behind all my sketchbooks are a bunch of Glossier pink pouches. You guys know how much I love these pouches. I usually use these for when I travel with my art supplies, and I use it for other things too. So if I need to store things in my tote bag when I'm going out, I just grab one of these. And I have a bigger one that stores my awesome ceramic palette by Sugar House Ceramics Company. I will leave a link down below for you if you're interested. But I use this palette for all my gouache paints. So right behind it, I have a folder filled with some test art prints. I also have the Arch watercolor paper pads that I love. And then right behind all that is this accordion folder filled with all my old artwork. And behind that, I just have a clipboard. All right, moving down to tier number 2 are all of my paints. So right here, I have my infamous Schmincke watercolor set in a 24.5 pan. I just transferred all of it into this smaller palette that I got from Amazon, which is so much more convenient and portable for traveling, which has been amazing over the years. So I bought these 3 white bins from Target. I love it because it expands and it's not stiff. So I use it to store all my gouache paints. So I'm currently using the Holbein acrylic gouache. And I also use the Winsor & Newton designer gouache. And I have a few Arteza, but the rest I had given to my niece, so I just took some colors that I liked. And then the third bin is where I store all of my paintbrushes. And then I have this that I used for a commission I made for a family friend. She had me use this pretty brass paint. It's a light body metallic acrylic, Lumiere. And I also have some golden matte acrylics that I used for that commission as well. So this fell out when I was taking it out from the corner. But this is where I usually store my pens, but I'll get to that later. So this is where I store all my colored pencils. I love it because it snaps right here. So I use the Faber-Castell. I have an eraser and I have a few charcoal pencils. And right below that, I have this watercolor palette that I used for a while, but now I've just been using the ceramic palette that I showed you earlier. So I haven't cleaned this one, but this one is pretty good. This is good for traveling if I wanted to have a range of colors. That's that. And then right in front are all of my pens and pencils. I mainly use mechanical pencils when drawing, so like that, and my eraser. So I just have it here. I used to have it on my desk, but it was getting too cramped in the container, so I just decided to separate them and store them here. All right, so this third tier is just mainly where I store some papers. This is mainly where I leave all of my bigger pieces of paper and some scraps. All right, so this last tier is just whatever. This is the jar that I use to clean my brushes. And then I have my rag here. And then I have this gooseneck phone holder that I use for all my time lapses that I film on my phone. This one's really good. This is kind of random, but I also have a mallet. And then I have this white cloth that I use if I'm painting on a big scale, which hasn't been for a while, but I keep this here just in case. So right here in the corner, I have a big clipboard where I usually paint on, and I have some large watercolor paper right behind that. And then I have a roll of white paper that I use for backdrops when taking photos. Alright, so that's how I organize all my art supplies. If this video was helpful, give this video a thumbs up so I know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe down below and click on the notification bell so that you're up to date with all my future videos. And if you like, you can also subscribe to my newsletter. I will leave a link down below for you. I usually send out a monthly newsletter. As always, live simply. I'm sending you all so much love. Take care. Bye.